Hello everyone and welcome to KDH News. Of course, I'm Ricky Green, live on the scene in Killeen at City Council Chambers, where a special workshop has been held tonight. And I'm being joined by Mayor Pro-Tem, Mr. Ken Wilkerson. Mayor Pro-Tem, welcome to the news.
Thank you, Ricky, appreciate it.
Now, there are a lot of important issues on the agenda tonight, but one particularly holds true to you because it is the Crime Solutions Committee that you tried to move a motion to have dissolved. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, thanks, Ricky, first of all, for having me. But the Crime Solutions Committee is very important. It's a way of approaching the policing or reduction in crime in our community from a community standpoint as opposed to from policing. We've seen around the nation, I've grown up in places around Atlanta where the emphasis was, okay, we had this troubled area, we have this crime that we're trying to reduce, so we just pour resources into policing, and that always created a very bad outcome. And usually a bad outcome on behalf of people who were, either minorities or, the lower socioeconomic groups, because they just didn't have the resources available to make better choices. So in my mind, I thought that, okay, well, how do we mesh these people up with organizations that would have these types of solutions?
Right.
And in order to find out what's going on first, I said, okay, well, let's gin up a committee, not just here in Killeen, but throughout our region, because crime is not just local.
Sure.
And so I made an appeal to several entities, Bell County commissioners. They were awesome about it. They jumped right in on it, and Commissioner Drivers jumped in, and he's a part of the committee. Former Commissioner Driver. Mr. Whitson, he supports it, Commissioner Whitson. And I think they understand where I'm coming from. Again, like I said in the meeting tonight, I don't think I did the best job of marketing it and letting people understand exactly where I'm coming from. It's not to combat policing.
Sure.
We love our police,
Sure,
and we love what they do for us, but a lot of times what they do is a very reactive approach to crime.
Sure.
So if we're trying to reduce crime, probably the most sensible way to do it is to get out in front of it and to stop crimes from ever occurring.
Sure.
Not to just go find the people who committed the crimes and go lock them up. Because in the context of doing that, you end up running through a lot of people that may not have committed the crime, but you may have locked them up because they were in a suspicious situation.
Sure.
Or they were the wrong place, wrong time. And we don't want that to happen. We really want to give our citizens the best available resources that they can have, and it's not a money grab. It's not it's not to get them. We're not trying to give money to them. We're just trying to marry them up with the people who can help them to make better decisions in the future.
So obviously you're saying that there are some underlying issues to crime.
Oh yeah,
and mental health, you mentioned, drug addiction,
yes, sir,
alcoholism,
anger,
which
yes,
all
sir,
attribute to the problem not only in Killeen,
yes,
but
sir,
most importantly in Killeen, but across America.
Absolutely.
So you did not get what you wanted tonight regarding absolutely dissolving the committee and moving on to bigger and better things.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what the outcome was tonight from the City Council.
Well, the City Council elected not to dissolve it. They actually dissolved. They actually elected to go for at least another 60 days to see how we can work things out. Maybe to use this as Councilwoman Jessica Gonzalez had mentioned, a call to action for those people who were so opposed of dissolving it, to give them a final chance to come out and be a part of this and start thinking of some innovative ways that they can use locally within their neighborhoods. Identify some people who might be struggling or having problems and get them to the people that need that they can get some help from. And so that was the outcome. Basically, is we're going to go on for 60 days. We have a meeting on February 15th at 4 o'clock right here at City Hall in the conference room. And we're going to try to re-engage this thing and get traction amongst the city. And hopefully in the future, KISD, Harker Heights, Fort Hood will see the good that comes out of this. And we can, and the one thing that we had already discussed within the Crime Solutions Committee is sometimes you can't see what didn't happen.
Sure.
So if we do reduce crimes, the only thing you'll see is crimes not happening. So that reduction in numbers, that percentage might come down.
Sure.
but mostly you won't see where you help somebody avert doing something that was criminal, criminal behavior. You're not going to see where if you didn't intervene, that kid who would go out here and break into your car just for money because I don't have another place to go, I don't know how to get money, so I'm going to break into your car. If we intervene or marry that kid up with a program that says, hey, look, there's better ways to do this, and then they don't do it, you just don't, there's nothing to see there. So that's hopefully, my goal, my vision is this, that in year to 2 years time, long after I'm gone, is that you'll see a correction of the mentality of people to address themselves, to hold themselves accountable. And to get out, when you say crime, don't just look to police. Because police will do what police do, and that is enforce laws, and they will investigate crimes. That's what they're there to do. So as much as we like when they do engage and they do serve and protect, there is that other side that when we say, hey, there's a problem here, and we point to the police, that's their reaction tends to be, okay, you want me to do something about it? I'll do something about it my way. And that doesn't always work out well. So I'm just trying to counter that. Well, I don't want to even counter that. I want to get out in front of that.
Okay. So what would you tell anybody watching this, how they could get involved or make this Crime Solutions Committee a reality in the next 60 days?
Yes, sir. I would say that first thing is to get involved, get engaged. Actually, don't just talk it. I mean, if you have a lot of ideas and energy to participate in this community, there are other members of the community out here who are willing to dive in with you and to get to the crux of any problem that we have, whether it be crime, whether it be our roads, whether it be anything that you have. But I would say this, meet us here on the 15th, February 15th at 4 o'clock in the conference room, and that's when the conversation really starts to take shape. And we can come up with some innovative solutions. Again, it's kind of bittersweet because I just felt it was a moment, a low moment, I guess, as a council member to see that we're not getting anywhere with this. But then to kind of see other council members say that they had heard from the community and they want to participate, we're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a try. And I think the worst thing that can happen is we get no participation, and then at that point we can know, all right, well, we need to take a different route. But I think that, the home base initiative, the wherever you are, get involved wherever you are. If it's in your neighborhood, get to know your neighbor. Mr. Paquette, he was here tonight and he spoke on that, and that was one of the things that we talked about in the committee. Know your neighborhood, know your surroundings, know the people around you, get to know them, and that's tough to do now in a technologically savvy environment and world that we have now, that people don't really communicate the way they used to. But that always helps. If you know your surroundings and you get to know the people around you, you take a ownership of the place that you call home, whether it's your neighborhood or whether it's Killeen in general. Yes, sir.
Councilwoman Jessica Gonzalez said it best. You take away something from people and then they want it. So it seems like what's happened here tonight. But we wish you much continued success in all of your efforts here on the City Council. We thank you so much for your service.
Yes, sir.
And make sure this is not your last time joining us here on KDH News.
Hey, thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it.
You're very much welcome.
Yes,
and thank you for staying tuned in with KDH News. Reporting from City Hall, Ricky Green, KDH.